You know Heidi put Sadie on the pony ride list? That horse is so ugly.
She's hideous.
She's gonna scare the children. Oh my goodness, speaking of children, did you see that one kid? That kid was way too big to be riding a pony.
Come on, people.
And they were rude.
Please make sure that while you're on shift, you're not talking down about any of our horses, staff, or programs. Make sure that your conversation is uplifting and make sure that you are keeping it down as well because other guests can hear you. Also, please make sure that while you're on shift, you're not engaging with other staff and neglecting your responsibilities. Guests will be entering mainly on the south side and exiting from the south side as well. So make sure you're cleaning up any coffee cups, any garbage you see on the ground. If you're cleaning box stalls on the south side, make sure to put your fork away right away as soon as you're done. Make sure you're cleaning the bathrooms too and checking them from time to time. If they're ever out of paper towel or toilet paper, please restock it as soon as you can. Supplies are behind the door in the classroom and the key right here. So if you need any help, ask one of us seasonals or full-times. Also, if you see that the bathroom could use a cleaning, just come on in here, grab some Fantastic or some bleach and quickly do it yourself. Thank you.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb.
Please make sure you're paying attention while you're on shift as the goats will love to nibble on the little kids' jackets especially and sometimes shoelaces. So please make sure you're paying attention. Also make sure that none of the kids are picking up any animals, chasing any animals. Please don't let them feed the animals and make sure the gate is closed behind you when you're leaving the petting zoo. Also, if you could supervise the gate, make sure none of the goats are escaping while people enter and exit through the gate. Please make sure that when you're grooming ponies for pony rides that you're doing a really good job as we want our ponies to look the best. So make sure that you're going all the way down to their feet and make sure that if you see any diarrhea down their bum, if you just take a warm wet rag and clean it off, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, please ask one of us full-time or seasonal staff to do so. Make sure that when you're leading ponies to and from, you are leading properly and safely. Make sure your left hand is holding the slack of the lead rope, not wrapped around your hand, and make sure your right hand is holding about a foot away from their halter, and make sure you're walking with your pony, not dragging them behind or walking far behind them. Most kids will be able to get on the horse with your help. However, some of them will be too little and won't be able to reach from the mounting block to the stirrup, so you can go ahead and just stand up on the mounting block with the child, lift the child up on one side of your hip and just place them up on the saddle. However, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, feel free to ask their parent to place them on the saddle first, or if you would like help from one of us full-time or seasonal staff, please feel free to ask.
I missed you.
All right, so if you would like your parent to walk along the side, if they are smaller, make sure your parent goes around the front of the horse instead of the back, and they can hold their child's leg right above their knee, especially if they're really small. You don't want the child to slide off. All right, ma'am, you can come on over to the other side of the horse. All right, everybody ready? All right, we're gonna go for a walk.
Go.
Behave up there. As you're walking with your child, make sure to be glancing back every couple of seconds just to make sure they're sitting in the middle of the saddle and not sliding off, as their parents will be watching, so we don't want any children sliding off. Also, if you see that the saddle is leaning over to one side, go ahead and just stop, fix it, and then carry on. Also, please don't just walk in silence with whatever child you have on your horse. You can make sure that you're talking to them, engaging them in conversation as well. Make sure that before you're dismounting your kid, that if their parents want to take a picture, you give them the opportunity to do so before you get them off. When you're dismounting your kid, make sure you do all the instructions just like you would for a trail ride. So standing up with their whole body, swinging their right leg behind them, and make sure they take their left foot out of the stirrup before sliding down. Pony riders will need a ticket to ride, so if they don't have one, please come see a full-time or a seasonal staff member and we can figure that out. Pony ride rules will be posted around the arena, but it's good for you to know them too. 1 ticket per ride. There's ages 2 through 12. If they're older, please don't let them ride. Do not walk directly in front of or behind the horses. Also, there's no yelling or running around the horses. And make sure you wait until a wrangler calls you up or the children up for a turn until they're allowed in the arena. Please make sure you're being polite and friendly when talking with guests. If they are asking you for help with something, if you could take them to whatever it is they need instead of just telling them, that would be best, unless you are on shift and unable to do so. Please make sure you're wearing complete cowboy attire for your shift, so that includes cowboy hat, jeans without holes, and cowboy boots. It will be really cold, so make sure you bundle up and wear warm clothes. Thank you so much for helping out with Country Christmas, and we hope to see you soon.